Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. First things first, if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and a subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I really do appreciate every single one of you who does so. And whilst you're there, let me know how you are feeling out of 10. For me, this week, I think I'm like an 8.5. We've had a pretty good week. One way or another, can't complain too much at all. Low of the week is that I'm still mourning over Hornblower a little bit, and but high of the week, we've actually got first cut silaging done, and it was a pretty decent cut. We didn't do loads first time over, but yeah, we had a pretty decent cut. We cut the herbal lay, and we cut some second year grass lay as well, and it was good. Now, I teased this video a little bit last week. I said we were having a new bit of kit, something that is properly new, and I mean proper new. Like, it's brand new, and it's new to us. It's not an upgrade, it's something we've never had before, so really exciting. So without further ado, I will let you crack on and see what it is that we've managed to buy. I'm gonna reveal it now. I actually feel like, you know when you get those tractor reveals, like, you know, John Deere or whoever brings out a new tractor and they drive it out of a dark shed and they put the lights on, there's like a smoke machine. That's what I want to do with this, but I don't have the budget. I could put a bag of flour in the leaf blower or something, but it's not going to have quite the same effect. But here it is. We've bought ourselves a rake. Me and Dad have been on about buying a rake for years, but the fact it actually happened is quite exciting. I'm just about to go raking for the first time, and I've never been raking before, so it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, but oh my God, I'm excited. It's a beast. So this is it. It's the Pottinger 762C Classic. It's 7.6 meters wide. It's got the Flotas wheels on up there. We've got this from Colin Catley up at Peckleton. He's our local Pottinger dealer. The Pottinger stuff does really well from up there. He has mowers in there, rakes, obviously, tedders. He's got loads of stuff in there. And this was an order from last year. It was a winter stock order, and we just managed to grab it. It'd gone up in price, I think, like 3 or 4 times since we've actually, since he bought this and put it in stock. So I think it's about 4.5, maybe even more than that, £1,000 more than what we've paid for it. So really, really happy to have snagged this little bargain up. It's hydraulically extending on the arms there, and because it's the classic version, it's kind of like a little bit simpler. You can get the one that's just the 726C, I think it is, not the classic, and that has 13 arms on the rotor, and it has the fancy control boxes. This has got 11 arms on the rotor, which is what pretty much every other make of rake has. And it has not got a fancy control box. It all works on the spools, but to be honest, that's fine by me. I don't need a fancy control box. Technology is over my head anyway at the best of times, so I'll just stick to the levers. Thank you very much. It has these Flotas wheels up the top there. I don't know if you can see them. I'll show you them when they're in the field, but they're really cool because you can set the height of them and it stops the rake digging in at the front and things like that. If you want a bit uneven ground, and what we're going on today is pretty flat anyway, so it's going to be fine. But yeah, they're really good. And you can get them on the tedders as well now, and they sit sort of in the linkage here on the tedders, which is really good. Colin showed me them, and that was really impressive. That stops the tedder diving in and spreading stones. So yeah, let's get this bad boy out to the field and unfold it, and let's see how it goes. Actually, what I'm going to show you is this. I'm going to hook it on now. We've got near enough hooked on the arms, but I'm going to put it on. But the one thing I'm super impressed with is this little thing here. It hooks underneath the PTO guard and holds the PTO up. And you think, look at it, and you think, well, what the hell do you do with that when you're not using the PTO? Like, what do you do with it? You take the PTO off. I don't know if I can show you. If you take the PTO off, it like folds up. So if I put the PTO down, it just like naturally, oh, the pipes in the way, but yeah, just folds flat. And when you want to use it, you just do that. And when you hook the PTO on the bottom, it works. It's genius. Someone spent a lot of time with a pencil working that out. Now, I know I said it a minute ago, but I am incredibly well impressed by this Pottinger stuff. It is built so well. Like, we have metal mud guards here. Obviously, we've got the reflectors. Comes with the chocks. You can even get a number plate on here. I think I should get Baldy's Farm or something written on there. That'd be quite cool. Do a bit of an Ollie Blogs thing. There's LED lights. We've got the wheels. You can get, I think on the non-classic one and on the bigger ones, you can get what they call like a Flotas plate thing. And it looks like a massive mower skid and it goes there instead of the wheels. And that's really cool because apparently you can go faster because when you've got pneumatic wheels, obviously they're full of air. If you're on a bit of rough ground, it bounces, so you can't go too fast. Whereas if you've got the skid, you can just keep going. More of a contractor's thing, but we don't need that. But yeah, really just so well built, so strong. Really like the colour scheme as well. It just looks nice. I like red. Red's a big, one of my favourite colours, to be honest. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, I'm so excited to give this a go. One thing I should point out on this model, I think it comes as standard that you have one spool and it does both arms. So it lifts both arms at once and drops both arms at once. But Colin, because that's the kind of bloke that Colin is, he actually puts the second pipe on here so you can individually lift the rotors. So you can have one lift in the right and one lift in the left. Which, yeah, that's what Colin's like. He just does that kind of thing. He does that himself. But that's just Colin all over. He always looked after you. So I'm really keen to get this unfolded. So let's have a look, shall we? Now, I don't know if you guys noticed when I unfold it, but I thought this was really cool, that middle curtain actually lifts up. So when you're driving down a farm track or roadway or whatever, and you get the grass up the middle or you're in somewhere that's a bit rough, that curtain doesn't stay like that, so it doesn't catch the floor. As the machine lifts, it actually folds the curtain up automatically, which I think is just a really nice touch. I think that's really super smart. Colin's told me that I need to run this pretty level. I think I've got it a bit high at the minute on the front end, and then set this all up because you can change the height of the rotors based on this handle. And then it has a little gauge. I don't know if you can see it down there. It's like A to E on the little gauge, so you can set it to whatever height you want it and get it all perfect for whatever it is that you're raking. So I'm gonna have a play with that now, and then we'll get it running. Probably should say as well, for those of you who are not just in here for the rake, if you're looking at the grass that we're actually mowing, or silaging, so to say, this is actually a herbal lay. It's got nice and dry now. It's a herbal lay that we've grown. We drilled it last year, so this is the second time we silaged it. We silaged it at the end of last year, and then we're having a cut off it now. Hopefully we'll have another cut off it in maybe 8 weeks time or something like that. And then we actually graze cattle on here. We grazed this quite a lot as well last year. It's a really good mix. It's the same mix that I undersowed back when I did the red clover. So I did a video on the red clover, but I did this herbal lay mixture in another field this year in the exact same way. So if you go back and check that out, you'll see how I established it. But yeah, this is really cool. We've got some chicory in here, which is there. We've got loads of different grass species. We've got plantain. You can see it there, that sort of weird looking stuff. Yeah, we've got plantain. We've got red clover, white clover, vetches. Oh, honestly, I can't even think the amount of stuff. I think there's 18 different species of whatever in here. So it's going to make some really good silage. It's also, because it's got the chicory and stuff in it, it's anthelmintic, which means that it's a natural wormer. And I know a lot of organic guys use this kind of thing because they can't use the wormers in their cattle and sheep, so they use stuff like this. And I will say it does work. I really like this stuff. It's really high protein. The cattle love it. We feed this to the young stock and they go nuts for it. So hopefully this will make some really good silage and yeah, feed some good cows throughout the winter. So why buy the rake? Well, it's going to have a multitude of benefits for us, from saving on fuel because we reduce the pass, because we used to go and just bale straight behind the mower, which is every 3 meters. We can get 3 swaths now into one, which means we reduce 1 pass with the baler, and also it saves on fuel because the baler is running flat out, and I'm currently using 8 litres an hour, even 8 litres an hour, which is crazy. I can get a lot of raking done in an hour. So that's going to save on fuel, which is a long-term benefit considering the price of fuel currently. But also it's going to allow us to make a better quality of silage. And how that works is we can mow more often when there's less quantity on the fields, and we can rake it up into a decent swath for baling. Because what happens with grass is, over time, as you leave it to get more bulk density, it loses its nutrient value. So the sugars go down, its D-value goes down, and it's just not quite as good for the cows. If we can make better quality silage, we can then feed it to the cows and they won't have to eat as much, and we can water it down essentially with straw, which is going to be better for our bank balance long term. That effectively means that we can carry more cows for every acre of silage that we produce, which is going to affect our productivity and ultimately our profitability, which is a long-term thing. It's a long-term goal of ours to carry more cattle and have more productive animals on the farm, and just being able to make more silage and do it this way is going to be a benefit to us. It also means that we can make more silage in the same amount of time, and that means that we haven't got to get anyone extra into work for us, and so on and so forth. So there is a lot of benefits. It's a multifaceted thing, but hopefully long term it will really pay off. I will say one other benefit of having a rake is it makes you feel really warm and fuzzy inside when you see rows of silage that look like that. Oh, I bet it's lovely when you got GPS and they're dead straight. I bet that really does make you feel good. But this is what we're in now is a 2nd year grass lay, so it's just a Westerwold grass. It's nothing special, but there's a lot of stuff on this, and it's made some really nice silage, really nice stuff. Nice and dry. We kind of make it a little bit dry. It's not too wet. It's that makes some really good cow silage. But verdict on this rake, oh my god, I'm in love. It's great. Makes you feel good. Dead pleased. 10 out of 10 for that thing. I've just actually realised another benefit of this rake as I've come into the yard, because Dad actually does the baling. So if Dad's been really annoying one day, I can just make them really wiggly and get my own back. So watch out, Dad, don't annoy me on the day I'm going raking, because you're going to pay for it. And that is it for another video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to give me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it, and let me know how you are doing out of 10. Now, we're in the midst of another bank holiday weekend. They're coming around like buses at the minute. This one is to celebrate Her Majesty the Queen's 70th Jubilee, 70th year on the throne, which is a fair stint she's put in. She's done well. Really well, so can't complain. We've got a 4-day weekend. Today is the Thursday and it's absolutely glorious. I think it might be raining by Sunday, but there's plenty of stuff on the telly to celebrate, so have a great one and I'll see you all soon. Bye.